There are several names which are being suggested. Obviously one of the candidates is Philip, which would be a tribute to the baby's great-grandfather who's approaching his 97th birthday. Another possibility is Arthur, which would work very well because the baby was born on St George's Day, so we can't have George because there's already a George, but Arthur is a kind of name which is redolent of English chivalry. Of course there have been some Prince Arthurs in the royal family in the past. The most recent one really was the Duke of Connaught, son of Queen Victoria, and indeed his son also was called Arthur. Albert has been mentioned. That's not terribly fashionable these days, but of course one thinks back to the Prince Consort. That's a possibility. But they can literally choose whatever they like. Royal babies are usually given about 2 or 3 names. It's not quite like what happened to the Duke of Windsor, who was called Edward, Albert, Christian, George, Andrew, Patrick, David. He got the whole lot. He was always known as David in the family, but of course he became Edward VIII and then Edward, Duke of Windsor. It's a funny thing that they don't actually have to be known by the name which they're actually christened with. They can call themselves anything they like. And of course, you know, when one of these babies becomes a king, they can also choose a name, a different one. It doesn't even have to be a name that they possess. So, although we expect Prince Charles to be called Charles III, he could be called George VII, whatever he likes.